April 7, 1945. Lieutenant Richard Candelaria has a hotshot German on his tail. The Mustang pilot will chance a risky maneuver in an attempt to turn the tables. Candelaria will chop his power and kick hard rudder to swing the P-51's nose around directly onto the 109's tail. If Candelaria stalls, he will fall out of the sky, becoming an easy mark for his enemy.
I pulled back as hard as I could, just above the stall. As I did that, I loosened the pressure and kicked the rudder, and the 51 just slid around almost behind him.
Candelaria skids past the German.
I was not able to track him. The gun sight was a little too slow, so I just winged it, you might say. I just figured that's where he's going to be, and I squeezed the trigger. And he started belching out smoke. He went barreling down. I went down after him. Then I saw him bail out. The canopy came off, and he went into the woods and crashed.
It's a hard-fought victory. But the leaderless pack of 109s is now out for revenge. As Candelaria levels off, tracers engulf his canopy. A 109 is coming in fast. Candelaria skids his Mustang to the left. The German overshoots. Candelaria noses back to the right. A few solid hits convince the German pilot to bail.
I broke off almost immediately because there was somebody else behind me.
The remaining 109s form up into a loose Luftberry circle, a defensive ring that virtually ensures mutual protection. But Candelaria refuses to break off. His strategy is to slash through the circle, hoping to knock down an enemy plane before one can get a shot on him.
I kept going into that Luftberry, tighter and tighter, until I got a chance to shoot one more time.
Another 109 down. But immediately there's a new threat on his 6. Candelaria breaks hard right. The German follows him.
There was no doubt I was out turning him, and we're in a very tight turn to the right, and the 109 had a tendency to not do too well to the right.
Candelaria is slowly out-turning his enemy, but the German does not break away. After several rotations, Candelaria gets a firing angle. His 6 Brownings bark to life.
He just sort of snapped and went into the ground and cartwheeled across the ground. I pulled hard to the right and then to the left to avoid anyone else.
Just then, Candelaria's Mustang squadron mates finally show. The remaining Germans break off and head for the clouds. Richard Candelaria single-handedly scored 4 confirmed victories against the 109s. And a probable jet kill against the Me-262.
Coming home, sort of the last 100 miles, I noticed my knees were shaking. And I don't know whether it was the adrenaline or what, but my knees were shaking. I realized, boy, that was close. That was a little too close.
Men like Richard Candelaria made the P-51 one of the most successful fighters in the history of air combat. In Europe alone, the Mustang accounted for 4,950 enemy aircraft, making it the highest-scoring U.S. fighter in the theater. The Mustang is an icon of World War II, but today, its legend lives on at air shows and air races throughout the world.
I'm so fortunate to be able, as a civilian, fly with these guys in the Heritage Flight Program for the Air Force, where we take the Mustang and we fly it with the Raptor and the A-10 and the F-15 and the F-16. Without a doubt, if you ask those guys, if you can only fly one aircraft, they all want to get in the Mustang. It's just the legend of it. It's the ultimate airplane for those guys.
The Mustang remains a true classic, a lethal fighting machine of sculpted beauty, and an enduring symbol of American air power.